This is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio. PHLV Radio.
Hello, good afternoon. Well, it's good afternoon if you're watching us in the Philippines. It is 1 p.m. on a beautiful Sunday. It's kind of hot, but it is what it is here in the Philippines. But if you're watching us in the Pacific, good evening. And I know it's a Saturday night. I was told it was raining earlier, but happy viewing if you are watching us in the Pacific or in California. And if you're watching us in different parts of the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And happy viewing to our team share as well as our team replay. Ayan, nako. And just to let you guys know, we are live on PHLV Radio YouTube channel. So if you're not a subscriber yet, what are you waiting for? All you have to do is click, share, like, share, and subscribe. And for you not to miss any of our shows, please click on that notification bell so you'll be notified every time we're on. Also, we are live on different podcasts, namely Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. And if you're using Alexa, Fire TV, all you have to do is look for PHLB Radio channel. And if you're using that gadget, which is well, if you're using Alexa, just say play PHLB Radio. Alexa, play PHLB Radio. Also, if you have any questions on any of our shows or the station itself, just log on to our PHLB Radio website, which is www.phlbradio.com. Yan. Ako, first thing first, thank you for all those people who tuned in my other show yesterday. I know it was overwhelming and it was really, really nice, and congratulations to Romeo, Ezekiel, Ocfimia, and the whole clan and those who watch, and maraming salamat po because if you have not seen the show, please do watch the replay using our YouTube channel, PHLB Radio. Naku, magandang topic natin ngayon, and it is, I think it's so timely. A lot of people, and hopefully you could catch on because I know most of you are not yet familiar with our new time because like what I said, the past 2 weeks, we had changed our time from the 2 o'clock slot. We're now 1 o'clock p.m. in the Philippines. So I know you guys are not aware yet because it has been a habit that you guys will tune in at 2 p.m. But now because of the daylight saving time in the America, so it affected all our time zone. Well, at least our time slot. But rest assured, moving forward, it's gonna be now at 1 p.m. If you are watching us in the Philippines. And if you missed it, again, you could always go do a replay, and it's already part of the archive of PHLB Radio for Dear Kuya Josh. Okay? Now, our topic for today, naku, yung mga tao parang nagrereklamo at hindi raw sila nasabihan. Teka nga, hopefully they would be able to see it, but if not, then happy viewing when you guys do a replay. Our topic for today, it's in a way timely and a lot of questions on that. By the way, next week will be Holy Week here in America, well, in the Philippines. I'm kind of confused because, as you know, I'm visiting here in the Philippines. So it is a Holy Week starting Monday. It's Holy Monday, and it goes all the way to Easter Sunday, which is March 31st. So March, to my understanding, on Wednesday will be the last day of work. So Monday, Tuesday, so some companies, they'll be working until Tuesday, but half day, some of them will be half day on Wednesday. And then, of course, it's off day from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because in observance of the Holy or the Lenten week. But so it is what it is. There's a lot of the passions of the Christ going on. And sabi nga nila, this is the week na we need to do an introspection, and we do kind of like try to, in a way, think of the passion of Christ and what He did to save us all. And sabi nga nila in Tagalog, nangingiling. That's something that I am not familiar with that word, but I just heard it the other day. And meaning it's introspection, and you observe that. And then a lot of times they do visit the iglesia on Thursday, on Holy Thursday, leading up to the 7 last word on Friday. We'll try to capture that, and we'll feature that as well as part of our program for Alam Mo Ba with Josh Andowit. But definitely we'll feature that for so at least the Filipinos abroad will be very aware on what's going on. Okay? So, let's start na. Alam ko marami sa inyo ang running late, but it's okay because of the time. And as always, eto na po, ang ating topic for tonight is sinungaling mong puso. I would have changed it to sinungaling niyang puso. But either way, it talks about lies. Okay? Sabi niya, Dear Kuya Josh, magandang araw sa iyo, sa viewers at mga listeners. Isang mapagpalang araw sa lahat. Maraming salamat sa PHLV Radio for having a show, Dear Kuya Josh. It is one shows that I loved and became an avid fan. I wish more power to your show. Marami akong napupulot na mga aral or lessons applicable to my daily existence. Kaya maraming salamat. Nako, maraming salamat din. We've been getting some good comments as well as mga ganitong nakakataba po. Mga comments na nakakataba ng puso. And it's like a fuel making us more inspired to do what we do. At maraming salamat po for appreciating that. Patuloy ng kanyang letter. Kuya Josh, ako si Mimi. 28 years old, single. Ito po ang itawag niyo sa akin just to cover for my name. In my humble opinion, may itsura naman ako. Matangkad, maganda, at matalino. Matangkad ako compared to other Filipinas. May lahing Haponesa dahil sa father kong Japanese. I wrote to you kasi I would like to know bakit may mga taong bihasa sa pagsisinungaling. Bihasa I guess means has the penchant o yung parang sanay sa pagsisinungaling. Kung mag-lie o magsinungaling ay wala lang. Very casual lang sa kanila. Wala ba silang conscience or konsensya and some guilt when they lie? Are we all evil that lying is now part of our makeup as people? Nakakadismaya kasi when people constantly lie about things, most especially in a relationship. Yan ang naging concern ko sa mga past relationships ko. Ang wala nilang humpay or tigil na pagsisinungaling. In my past relationships, I usually give anyone chances to make amends o magbago. Kaya nakakainis at nakakasama ng loob kapag paulit-ulit mong mahuhuli ang kanilang pagsisinungaling. Sa dami ko ng pinagdaanan sa buhay, pag-ibig sa dami ko ng pinagdaanan sa buhay pag-ibig, lagi na lang pagsisinungaling ang downfall ng mga nakakarami sa kanila. Nakakasawa na rin minsan. Kuya Josh, this is exactly what happened to my latest love life. I love Gabriel so much, so very much. Mahal na mahal ko siya, pero napakasinungaling niya. Ilang beses ko na siyang nahuli sa pagsisinungaling niya, pero it is such a disappointment na huli na sa akto ayaw pa rin umamin sa lie niya. Ako naman si tanga, paulit-ulit din ako sa pagpapatawad, thinking magbabago rin siya in time. Pero I have reached the peak or sukdulan na yata. Kaya I decided to ask for your opinion, comment, or advice on what you think I should do. Gwapo si Gabriel, tisoy, matalino, at pinagnanasahan ng mga kababaihan at pati na ang kalalakihan. Matipuno ang kanyang katawan, kaya lagi siyang lapitin ng kung sino-sino. Mabait siya at maasikaso bilang karelasyon. Walang problema sa kanya kundi ang habitual niyang pagsisinungaling. Pagsisinungaling na habit na niya. Ilang beses na huli ko siya pero hindi umaamin. Bistado na siya lagi pa ring nagpapalusot. I try to overlook ito most of the time pero parang hindi na siya bothered at habit na talaga niya ang pagsisinungaling. Meron bang taong talagang mahilig magsinungaling? Ano kaya ang naiisip nila kapag nagsisinungaling? Sa totoo lang, Kuya Josh, ako, when I tried to lie, I felt so sick to my stomach na aamin agad ako and take ownership sa pag-lie ko, pero hindi si Gabriel. Sadly, it seems like it is his way of life na. I got to the point na ayaw ko na, titigilin ko na ang kahibangan ko kay Gabriel. Masakit man para sa akin ay pipigilan ko na ang relasyon namin. Ilang beses na rin siyang nag-promise na no more lies, pero lagi siyang bigo. He will change for a little while, pero soon enough, balik sa old ways niya sa pagsisinungaling. Kaya ayaw ko na. Pagod na ako. Tama na. Sobra na. Kotang-kota na ako. Masakit man sa akin to end the relationship, mas okay na ito. Sabi nga, cut my losses bago lalong lumala pa ito. A friend reminded me na ang mga sinungaling daw ay kapatid ng magnanakaw. At may point naman siya. Kaya Kuya Josh, like my questions, bakit may mga taong talagang mahilig magsinungaling? Ano kaya ang naiisip nila kapag nagsisinungaling sila? Bakit may mga taong parang wala lang sa kanila ang pagsisinungaling? Na parang nakakamatay sa kanila kapag hindi sila nakapagsinungaling? Addicting ba talaga ang pagsisinungaling? Please help ang iyong masugid na tagahanga. Mimi, nako, maraming tatamaan ang ating letter sender today. Nako, Mimi, maganda yung topic na binuksan mo. I think hopefully a lot of people would be able to participate. Teka, si June Puno is watching. Hey June, how are you? Hopefully, please let us know where you're watching from para mabigyan ka namin ng proper shout out. Also, si Ernie is watching also from the Philippines. Happy viewing sa inyo. At alam ko medyo, like what I said earlier, naninibago pa ang ating mga audience, our viewers and our listeners with a new time. But eventually, you guys will catch on. But it's okay. So, let's summarize lang yung letter ni Mimi. So, Mimi is 28 years old, single, at sabi nga niya, honestly, maganda siya, matangkad, at siya ay looking Japanese or Haponesa ang dating niya, simply because ang tatay niya ay Hapon or Japanese. So, ang naging problema niya, ang kanyang inaas sa atin, ay ito yung maraming alam ko a lot of you are are familiar with this, when people would lie, yung mga not only sa relationship but also sa boyfriend girlfriend, but sometimes with our own circle of friends, circle of family, ang inaano niya yung kanyang boyfriend na si Gabriel. And Gabriel, sabi nga niya, matangkad din, magwapo, tisoy, at lapitin ng mga girls as well as boys dahil maganda ang katawan. Okay naman daw sa kanya, wala namang problema as far as that, as the relationship is concerned. Ang talagang hindi lang niya talaga masang-ayunan or she cannot agree on is the fact that it is like a habit for Gabriel to lie, constantly lying. Sabi nga niya, nahuhuli na nga sa akto, pero nagsisinungaling pa rin. Si Gina Marcos is watching. Hello Gina, hopefully you're feeling better. Gina Marcos is watching us from Banay-Banay or basta from Laguna, somewhere in Laguna. So, or Cabuyao, Laguna rather. So happy viewing sa iyo at kay Ate Nitz if she's watching as well. Now, so anyway, si Gabriel nga parang gusto niya magsinungaling. Lagi nagsisinungaling, nahuli na raw sa akto at nagsisinungaling pa rin. Yung letter ni Mimi, hindi sinabi kung ano yung degree ng pagsinungaling, basta ang kinocomplain niya, yung habitual na pagsisinungaling, which talagang naiirita siya. Sabi nga niya, bakit parang may mga tao ba in our lives na parang habit na yung magsinungaling, parang ikamamatay nila kapag hindi sila makapagsinungaling. So yun ang kanyang dinudulong sa atin or was asking how to handle that. Kasi right now, she ended the relationship na with Gabriel simply because hindi na niya matake. Sabi niya tama na, sukan-sukan na siya, hirap na siya. She had enough basically of the lies. Kasi how kaya naman siya nahihirapan is because parang, di ba, bago magpa-promise no more lies, pero soon after a little time, ayan naman, balik na naman sa old ways. So parang to stop it all, sabi nga, to stop the bleeding, kinaat na lang niya yung kanyang losses. Parang ayaw na niya. So yun ang tanong niya sa atin, bakit may mga taong mahilig magsinungaling at bakit parang habit ng mga tao na talagang magsinungaling at parang hindi sila naapektuhan, they're not bothered when they tell lies. So yun ang kanyang question. So hopefully yung ating mga team share, team replay at yung ating mga viewers and listeners today can share your opinion and your advice kay Mimi bago. Sige, ako muna. Mimi, yung lies kasi, yung pagsisinungaling, I agree with you, nakakairita talaga yan. But I agree with you also na it really would affect any relationships. Kasi yung may mga tao talaga tayo na may mga na nakikita tayo or we even encounter people who would lie constantly or constantly lie, and sometimes talaga kung magsinungaling wagas, parang talagang in your face kung magsinungaling talaga, and of course that is how they were reared, and in my opinion paano sila pinalaki at ang mga bagay na nag-influence sa kanila growing up. Kasi sometimes kasi when they're very young, kaya nga importante sa ating mga magulang, sa ating mga teachers at sa ating mga nakakatanda na you need to be able to communicate to the young na lying is not a good trait, lying is wrong, lying is not an attribute or characteristic that is admirable. Kailangan maintindihan nila the repercussions, yung effect ng pagsisinungaling nila. I understand also that sometimes may tinatawag tayong in our life na sinasabi nila white lie. Now, question ko sa inyo, tama ba na nagsisinungaling? Tama ba na minsan parang people would say, hindi naman sinungaling yun, white lie lang yun. Pero as for me, lie is a lie. Mahirap talaga magpakatotoo, mahirap talaga magsabi ng totoo, and sometimes talagang sabi ko nga, sometimes pag nagsinungaling ka may repercussion, meron ka palit yan. Pero sometimes it is important not to tell the truth. Sabi nga, kung magsasabi ka ng totoo, at least it's done, it's over with. Kasi one lie would cover another lie. It would take so many lies para to cover lie Ako naniniwala eventually the truth will reveal itself. Iintayin mo pa ba na magkabukuhan? Iintayin mo pa ba na malaman nila nagsinungaling ka? It would be a harder way of getting into a complicated situation when you lie pag nagsisinungaling ka. Teka, sabi pa, pumasok na si Katrina from Doha, Qatar. Katrina Poblete, Salom. Katrina, like what I said in the past, she is a supporter also of PHLV Radio, lalo na ng mga shows ko. So maraming salamat. She is the mother, of course, is Ayana Poblete, who's doing a very good Philippine representation or Pinoy representation in UK. A very good singer at that, si Ayana, at na feature na rin natin sa ating show. Sabi niya, good morning, watching from Doha, Qatar with Rosana Milar Barrera. Si Rosana, nako, kayo, Katrina and Rosana, anong comment niyo sa mga taong mahilig magsinungaling at bakit ba nagsisinungaling ang mga tao? So that's our topic for today, and hopefully you could shed light on your own experience. Kasi alam mo, mahirap talaga magsabi ng totoo, pero lalo na mahirap din magsabi ng kasinungalingan. Kasi mabubuking ka talaga. Sabi nga, walang kasinungaling hindi marireveal in time. So bakit ka pa would you go through that extreme of covering something or not telling the truth kung marireveal naman mas mabagit pa yung magiging kapalit nun, simply because one, in relationship nagkakaroon yan ng that is always sometimes and most of the time rather, yan ang nagiging cause ng paghihiwalay o pag-aaway dahil if you do something not right or not according to what is the norm, aminin mo na. Lalo na, sabi nga niya, pag nabuking ka na, pag nahuli ka na, pag nagka-booking na o na-reveal na, huwag ka nang magpalusot. Kasi the more na magpalusot ka, dadami lang yung kasalanan mo, lalo na sa karelasyon mo. Like in a family, kapag may ginawa kang mali, aminin mo na. Huwag nang magtakip-takip pa, lalo na kung may mga resibo o may mga katibayan, because eventually there'll be some witnesses na magpapakatotoo sa kasinungalingang ginawa mo. Now, sa question niya, bakit ba nagsisinungaling ang tao? Alam mo, minsan kasi may mga tao na weak ang character, na they rather cover the facts, they cover their actions, lalo na kapag mali ang naging result, because it is better for them to cover these lies instead of accepting the truth, instead of accepting reality and take ownership of their actions. Yun ang nagiging problema. I think for me, the people who lies shows one, insecurities as well as immaturities. Kasi for me, it does not work because you're mature. People are saying, pag may edad ka na, mature ka na. No. Sometimes, maturity in character. And walang edad na, again, these are my opinion, these are what I think and my experiences going through going through life. So it is not a reflection, disclaimer lang, it is not a reflection on PHLV Radio management as well as its owners. Bali, the way I look at it, yung maturity kasi, it comes not with the age, it comes with the maturity in character. Depende yan sa nakagisnan mo, the way you were reared, the way you were raised by your parents, at yung mga naging mga intercessors mo, mga naging influencers mo, o yung mga taong naka-encounter mo or naka-interact mo. Kasi sabi nga, and there's this saying or adage or maxim na yung nakikita sa ating mga nakakatanda na nakikita ng kabataan o ng kababata ay ginagawa. Di ba there's this thing, ang ginagawa ng matanda na ay gagawin din ng nakakabata. So it is always important that we should be able to show a good or be a good example for the young ones. So para kaya imagine mo, 'di ba, kung mahilig kang mag-lie, mahilig kang magsinungaling at nakikita ito nung yung either younger brother, younger sister, o basta in general yung mga millennials, parang okay naman pala si daddy, si mommy, ang older sister, older brother, si uncle, si auntie na mag-lie, they would eventually follow that route, follow that path na okay naman pala kung si mami nga, si daddy nga nagsisinungaling, ako pa kaya. So you try not to set a bad example to your kids, kasi hindi maganda talaga na tinutularan nila ang mapangit na asal, whether it's lying or anything that is not within the context of being right and being righteous at kumbaga kahali-hali ng tao sa lipunan. Okay, teka muna, may mga si Rosana. Rosana, nako, on time ka ngayon, hindi ka part of Team Replay. So maganda, sabi niya, good morning. Nako, good morning to you too. Happy viewing sa mga pumapasok na ngayon. Tapos nakita ko kanina si Dom Sepagan. So happy viewing to you as well. Tapos yon, ang topic talaga ngayon ay ang mga tao o ang mga habit na pagsusinungaling. Sabi niya, sabi doon sa, hi kuya, eto papasok. Grabe, kahit Sunday ang sipag talaga ni Rosana. Now, yung pagsisinungaling kasi, ako kasi I believe na a lie na nagagawa natin, eventually mabubuking ka in time. So what better way is huwag ka nang magsinungaling. Although I know growing up mahirap talaga kasi minsan mas madaling mag-white lie, 'di ba? Nakakatawa nga minsan, I've seen one show na nakakatawa na it's in one it's a TV show na sabi nung amo sa kanyang kasambahay, huwag kang magsisinungaling ha. So sabi niya, yes ma'am, huwag kang magsinungaling. Pero then when a friend who knocked on the door said, or knocked on the door, sabi nung kanyang yung kanyang pinagsisilbihan, sabi niya doon sa kasambahay, sabihin mo wala ako. Tapos sabi niya, ma'am, di ba pagsisinungaling yun? Bakit marunong ka pa? Ayoko nga kausapin yung kapitbahay natin. So pagbukas ng pinto, and I know you guys just you've seen also this TV show. Pagbukas ng pinto, sabi nung kasambahay, sabi po naman wala po raw siya. So nakita mo yung dynamics nung kasambahay at nung pinaglilingkuran nung kasambahay. Yung kasambahay really has the right heart. Pure yung heart niya na hindi siya marunong magsinungaling. Pero yung kanyang pinapasukan na tao ay sinasabihan siya wag siyang magsinungaling, pero magsisinungaling siya for convenience, meaning para pagtakpan yung situation para hindi ma-compromise yung pinaglilingkuran. So and that's really common kasi most of the time, sabi nga nila, people would lie rather because it is convenient for them. Para instead of going to the whole exercise of telling the truth at yung there's corresponding judgment, they rather lie kasi thinking na hindi naman malalaman, na hindi naman mabubuking. Pero what they don't realize is eventually that lie will be revealed. The truth will be revealed. Mas lalo yung repercussion yon, yung mas lalo yung magiging effect nun na nagsinungaling ka, lalo na pag nahuli, it really affect your character at yung paniniwala at pagtingin sa'yo ng mga tao na nakapalibot sa'yo. If that's not important to you, then, well, it is still not encouraged, or it is not the right way to do na lagi kang nagsisinungaling. Kaya nga, a lot of people, sometimes na broken relationship, na ayaw kasi natin as humans na nakikita na hindi totoo, hindi ganap ang pakikitungo ng isang tao, lalo na karelasyon mo. Teka, sabi Sino pa yung mga pumapasok? So, kayo, yung mga listeners natin and viewers, is it okay for you guys to lie? Okay lang ba? Ox lang ba? Sabi nga nila, ox lang ba na nagsisinungaling ang isang tao? O what's the difference ba? O mas okay ba mag-white lie? Yung white lie kasi yung parang hindi siya masyadong grabe, at minsan sabi nga nila, they rather magsinungaling kasi especially if it will hurt other people. On the contrary, for me, mas gusto ko na makasakit ng damdamin kesa kasi mas for me talagang sabi nga, ang nagsasabi ng tapat nagsasama ng maluwag. It's another adage. Kasi mas maganda yung in your heart na talagang pinapakita mo yung totoo, sinasabi mo yung totoo, and of course there's always time and place for that. But it is best na the truth are always said and it's always manifested in any relationship or relationships, because mas maganda yung alam mo na walang tinatago, walang walang kinukubli, because eventually imagine mo yung parang sa akin kasi yung lie kasi it's just prolonging, lalo na pag yung pangit yung i-reveal mo, yung sasabihin mo, nip it in the bud na, sabihin mo na ngayon para that person na ma-affect would be able, or the people would be able to deal with it at moment in time. Kasi pag piniwala mo sila sa isang lie, sa isang kasinungalingan, at na-reveal yun, mas masakit yun. Double, triple, quadruple yung sakit nun, because they should have told you. I understand na minsan yung mga ibang habitual na nagsisinungaling thinking na, okay naman, mako-cover ko naman yan, hindi naman malalaman. I always believe this, walang lihim na hindi nabubunyag. There's no secrets that will be kept secret. It will, in time it will be revealed. Sabi nga ng mga may katandaan sa atin, walang bahong hindi nangangamoy. Regardless what you put in there, kahit pabanguhan mo yan, kahit i-bury mo yan, at living mo yan, sisingaw at sisingaw pa rin yan, lalo na sa mga taong mahilig magsinungaling. So going back yung case ni Mimi, nako, yung sa'yo Mimi, I understand, I agree with you 100%. Mahirap makipag-relasyon sa isang taong sinungaling kasi firstly, you don't even know if the feelings of Gabriel towards you is the truth. Baka mamaya you would be able to, in your mind, think na baka mamaya pati yung feelings siya sa iyo are not even the truth. Baka mamaya dumadating yung nag-overthink ka na rin na baka mamaya what other lies na hindi niya sinasabi sa iyo ang totoo. Baka mamaya you have this you have this what if, you have this question simply because nawala na yung trust mo, nawala na yung feeling of na nagpapakatotoo siya sa iyo, and then nagkakaroon ka ng blank question mark sa utak mo. Ano pa yung pwedeng ilay na hindi mo pa na-discover, hindi mo pa na-uncover na mga sinasabing lie sa iyo ni Gabriel. I am so sorry to hear that this is something na nangyayari sa relationship mo o nangyayari sa relationship mo. But I believe that in time, there's always a corresponding person na magpapatotoo sa iyo, na hindi kailangan nagsisinungaling, and you don't have to go to that exercise of people being lying or being liars. Tapos ang hirap talaga makipag-deal sa mga taong sinungaling, and I personally had experienced that. Mahirap kasi all this time, di ba, you were thinking na everything is fine and dandy, everything is harmonious, only to find out na meron pa silang tinatago sa iyo na a lot of times pa ang excuse, hindi namin sinabi sa iyo, I lied dahil ayoko masaktan ka. For me, that's crazy. Yung sabi, hindi ako nagsabi ng totoo, hindi ko ni-reveal sa iyo, hindi ko sinabi agad the real reason, o pinagtakpan ko dahil ayoko masaktan ka, ayoko mahirapan ka, I don't want to burden you. But like what I said earlier, hindi ba burden na mas masakit yon, doble, triple, at quadruple yung sakit kapag you were made to believe of something that's not. You were assuming that everything is fine and dandy, only to find out that these are all a lie. Lahat ng kaganapan na nangyayari sa situation in your relationship is a big lie. Mas masakit yon. So yung intention not to cover, the intention not to hurt you, mas masakit yon. Yung gravity nung sakit would be mas matindi, mas intensified kasi nga na-prolong lang yung agony, because eventually things will be revealed, and it always would be, and it always will come out. So ang advice ko, one, as much as people would like to lie, just tell the truth. Second, it is not gonna hurt kapag nagsabi ka ng totoo. Maybe on the onset, it does seem hurtful, it does seem bothersome, but eventually, mas maganda yung magiging impression sa'yo, mas maganda yung character mo, or yung paningin ng mga tao sa'yo when you tell the truth. Because sabi nga, di ba, they could fault one with other weaknesses or foibles in life, but at least hindi maku-question yung integrity mo as a person. Sabi nga, they could fault you na hindi ka maganda magdamit, o medyo maitim ka, or some fault, or malakas kang kumain, o lagi kang late sa mga appointments, o hindi ka mahilig maligo, or sometimes sasabihin nila na medyo crass yung medyo very hindi ka laging open to people's suggestion, or you're opinionated, pero at least they know that they could fault you with a lot of things. They could say so many bad things about you, pero one thing for sure, that people would vouch for you, that you are not a liar. You are a very truthful person. Sabi nga, if you want to hear the truth, you go to that person, simply because yun ang kanyang ugaling hindi pwedeng mapintasan, yung kanyang pagiging totoo, yung kanyang pagiging truthful, yung kanyang characteristic or attributes na hindi siya mahilig magsinungaling o hindi siya nagsisinungaling. And that is really one thing na talagang for me na itataas ang character ng isang tao, because to me, or for me, it's very admirable when you are dealing with people who are very open, who you know you could trust, who you know would tell you the truth regardless how hurtful it might be, but at least things are being said the way it should be said. And that's really where you talaga ini-strive ng each one of us to find people like that, who are honest, who are full of integrity, and people who would be truthful to you at will not sugarcoat you. Ayan ang uso kasi minsan na parang they would like sa mga magkakaiba, especially sa mga kababaihan natin, they would say, oh, maganda ba yung damit ko, and even though na it's out of parang hindi talaga, and people say, oh, ang ganda ng damit mo, bagay na bagay sa'yo, pero behind their back parang hindi bagay. Pero ang point lang, kung talagang kaibigan ka, kung talagang totoong karelasyon ka, kung totoo, why would you lie? Why would you sugarcoat something that is not? Because biro mo, mas magandang ikaw na magsabi na hindi bagay yung color, hindi bagay yung ganito, yung mga pwedeng ipintas ng tao, because you care for that person enough. Kasi ang positioning ko dyan, people lie because they don't care enough. People lie because they don't want to be bothered. People lie kasi wala silang talagang caring intention or caring for that person. They rather lie simply because gusto nilang makalusot and they want an easy way out. Yun ang aking opinion for that matter. So hopefully yung mga hahabol, mga team replay natin would be able to say or type up what do you think happens when people lies. Now, yung question naman, second question niya, ano ba yung nararamdaman ng mga taong nagsisinungaling? That would be a good question siguro sa ating mga taong paminsan-minsan ay nagsisinungaling. Pinsan siguro it is important. Ako rin, yan ang question ko. What is the feeling na di ba parang pag nagsinungaling ka, and we all did, walang exception. Sometimes there are times na nakapagsinungaling ka once, twice, or in our life. Because pero di ba iba yung feeling, kakabaka-baka, you always this parang pit in your stomach na what if magkabukingan, what if they would find out the truth. So parang kakabaka-baka, you have this burden in your heart, pero may heaviness. Yun ang feeling na. Pero then I remember also some people na I know personally na talagang like sabi nga ni Mimi, kung magsinungaling sila, parang wala lang, they are unbothered. Parang ito yung kanilang way of life. Parang lahat ng kanilang sinasabi, anything that comes out of their mouth are lies after lies after lies. May mga taong ganyan. I would really want to know ano yung feeling. Bakit kailangan nilang to sound better, for people to admire them, and to concoct something that is not even the truth. Ano yun? Ano ba yung talagang intention? Now, the feelings, for me, kapag nagsinungaling ka, yun yung yung sa mga taong maganda yung ugali o maganda talaga yung character. Pag nagsinungaling ka talaga, it really has this thing on in your heart na yung being mo parang ang bigat niyang dalhin. Simply because we know and for sure alam natin yung totoo. O, di ba yung feeling na, naku, baka mamaya magkabukingan, mas lalong nakakahiya, mas lalong ma-judge nila ikaw. So, what better way is to tell the truth? It is always a good policy. It is always a good thing to be able to tell the truth, regardless how hurtful it is, regardless how difficult it is. Sabi nga, the truth will set you free. Pero para wala ka yung feeling of doubt, feeling of parang what if na mabuking, feeling of offending other people eventually, just tell the truth. Just say, be honest about what is going on and be truthful, because that would be the start of a long-lasting relationship, whether it's in marriage, whether it's in boyfriend-girlfriend, or any relationship even within the family. Because yung pagsisinungaling na yan, think about it, ito yung analogy ko dyan. Yung mga teleseries na napapanood natin, even in movies, the conflict would arise, or the conflict in that particular piece or in that particular show would normally happen because somewhere, somehow, things were kept in the dark, or yung may mga secrets hindi na reveal, may mga tinago o may mga kasinungaling until na tumaas ang story, umikot na umikot, pero eventually when the truth would be revealed, doon nagkakaroon ng maraming conflict. So instead, imagine mo, pero of course in real life hindi naman ganon, but think about it, bakit napoprolong ang mga shows, bakit napoprolong ang mga teleseries? Because nabibuild yung conflict because one thing or another, they hide the truth from one person. They didn't tell the truth. They were dishonest. They were not truthful in what's going on in that particular character. Pero imagine mo, in life, we could easily avoid all this conflict. We could easily avoid all disagreement, all this maybe discussions or maybe fights even, if we just tell the truth. Like what I said earlier, it might be hurtful, it might cause tampuhan, or it might cause maybe losing a friend, but at least when the time comes, they would know that you were a good friend, you were honest, you were truthful. Mas magandang malaman ng mga tao na isa kang mabuting kaibigan kasi napaka-honest mo. Sabi nga, mas magandang magsabi ka ng totoo instead of harboring that ill feeling because you lied. Yun ang ating so Mimi, maraming salamat. Hopefully you got something out of the comments and the advice I gave you. Hopefully yung mga followers natin, mga viewers natin would type in about their feelings of people lying at yung habit of lying. At sana, I hope that eventually, Mimi, you will find someone na would be truthful to you, will be honest to you. Parang I always believe kasi, and I know it's a joke among my friends, na lagi meron tayong taong katapat sa mundo. People who would care, who would love, who would really be there for you, na walang ill intentions, but only to love you and to care for you and to make you a happy person. At yun ang hinahanap natin. Sabi nga, everybody would have a soulmate somewhere. It's just a matter of finding them. At ito ay dumarating. And first and foremost, like what I've said every time sa show, or any shows for that matter, you pray. You always pray for discernment. You pray for your relationship. You pray for the people around you, people who mattered. Because at the end of the day, talagang prayers, talaga, I'm always adhering to that, and I'm always sharing that to you guys. No amount of, or no other weapon is more strong or stronger than prayers. Sabi nga, when everything is falling apart, when people are turning their backs away from you, or they're just not there, just hold on to prayers. And prayers could be your personal conversation with the person you adore, person you venerate, the Supreme Being. Always remember that it does not need to be yung litany na ginagawa ng most of us that we learn growing up. It is your personal conversation. It is your plea for whatever favor you would like to ask, for whatever solution you have, you wanted to have. Basta if you pray hard enough and you were truthful for your intention, all prayers are answered. I always believe that. If it's an answer because it's not good for you, and sometimes, and we talk about this in past shows, sometimes prayers are delayed, or the answers are delayed simply because the good Lord, there's still things in your life that you need to fix before that prayers will be granted. And also there's prayer that parang yung hiling mo na parang it was not granted simply because in the long run, it's not good for you. Imagine if you're praying for something and it was given to you, yung pala at the end of the day, it is not going to be helpful to you. It's not going to be beneficial to you, but instead it's going to hurt you more, and it's going to be it will be a distortion. It will be something that is not pleasing in the long run. So it's better that your petition or your prayer or your request would have been denied, simply because when you really sit down and think about it, you would realize that had that been granted, you were not ready, and that would have caused more harm than good. So yon. So Mimi, nako, maraming salamat sa pag-share mo ng iyong letter sa amin. I appreciate very much. At I think it was so timely to talk about it. Medyo heavy kasi nga the lying, sometimes sometimes people would do that. I mean, we all went through that. We one time or another we did lie, pero it is not encouraged, and it's not something that we should use or do, or di ba, parang iwasan. It's not admirable. It's not good overall. A lie is a lie, whether it's a white lie. It's still pagsisinungaling. So yun ang ating topic for today. Happy viewing to everybody. Our team replay, team share, maraming salamat po. At whatever, you guys have a wonderful weekend, whatever is left of it. And if you would be asking for, well, oh, by the way, it's Palm Sunday today, so or if you are in the States, it's going to be tomorrow. It's going to be Palm Sunday, like what I said earlier on the onset of the show. This will be a beginning of the Holy Week. So Palm Sunday leading up to Easter Sunday next Sunday. So with that said, maraming salamat po as always sa walang sawa ninyong support, walang sawa ninyong pakikinood, pakikinig sa ating munting programa. Ito po yung inyong show and we try to do the best we could. At maraming salamat for constantly sending us your letters. It's really so touching to know that na-appreciate niyo po, and thank you for such good words, kind words. I am in lost of appreciation and gratitude, but all I could say is let God bless us all, and like what I said every time I close the show, be kind. You can never go wrong with kindness, and any act of kindness that you do to others, it is already a guarantee it will be given back to you in so many ways, in so different times, with different people in different situations. And with that, tuning out muna si Kuya Josh today, at we will see you next week, so Friday, for another episode of Dear Kuya Josh on Saturday, and also I'll see you next Friday or next Saturday, depending on your time zone and location, for Dear Kuya Josh. And for now, sign up muna po, and you have a wonderful week, whatever is left of it, and God bless us all. Bye everybody!